I got a Cohiba plug.
Cohiba?
Cohibas. Albert's like he's like one of my favorite people in Miami. He's an encyclopedia of like any great crime that's happened here. A lot of times I just come over to his house if I'm thinking of a story or I need certain characters or I want to be inspired. I try to like pick Albert's brain.
The state of Florida, you know, Orlando, St. Petersburg, Jacksonville, Tampa, you got trailer park murders where you have 4 or 5 guys who get drugged out, go to somebody's trailer and murder the family.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
You know, it happens a lot. Who knows when the end times are near? Maybe 1 or 2 or 3 generations. So demonic entities are working overtime to take as many people to hell as they can.
Listen to Albert, he knows.
Yeah, I mean, the book of Revelation.
It's interesting to me to see skateboarders now because for the most part, they seem so much more peaceful. Then when we were skating, it was so much about like violence, probably because of all the people that fucked with you. I remember those early Alien Workshop videos, for me, were like, blew my mind. I remember like, I think it was like the Scott Conklin part in the video where he's like getting in a fight. That like 1-minute video clip, it showed me this kind of weird foreboding and violence that I kind of identified with. Skateboarding at that point wasn't really, in like the late 80s, early 90s, in the South, wasn't something that most people like aspired to do. It was much more like looked down upon, and we were spit at all the time, and fights were like a daily occurrence. The whole time I was just waiting for someone to jump out of like a truck and rob us or something like that. At the same time, it was fun. Like, I have to admit, like, it was pretty fun.
This next one's on the Thrasher tape. It's for all these skateboarders out there.
I went to my first like hardcore show. I went and saw JFA at some club in Nashville. It was so violent in the South in that scene. It was like a lot of rednecks, so it was a lot of violence, a lot of fighting. So I was getting like beaten up in the pit or whatever. There's like people with like razor blades in the pit and just blood everywhere. I loved it. I knew that I wanted to make movies young. I didn't want to wait. I felt like I was like, kind of like exploding.
Well, I wanted to make a movie about adolescence. I wanted to make a film that had never been made before. I need someone to write the film that's a kid. It needs to be written from the inside. Because my first book, Tulsa, I was a teenager when I did it. And so I called Harmony and asked him to write me a screenplay.
I remember going over to Larry's house at that point. I think Gus Van Sant was over there. That's when I kind of knew it was legit. I'm telling you, the whole movie doesn't make sense how it happened. It was that last gasp of crazy, weird New York moment where people let us make a film that you'd never be able to make right now. When people ask me about kids, it is this really weird, unique, I can't even explain how it happened. Nobody had ever done anything. Everyone was amateurs. Nobody had ever acted. I had never written a real script. Larry, he had never directed. It was this just weird synthesis.